Ladies and gents, this is your favorite host on Vibes with Pets, and today I bring to you one of our newest books, okay, one of our newest publications from Mrs. R.A. Florence. She has given me the chance to be able to give a review of her book, Before You Divorce. Guys, if you're following our platform, you should have realized that I had an interview with her, and equally, this is going to be the second review of a book I am giving on this platform. And it is an honor, and I think it's a privilege at the same time to be able to give a review of books with authorization directly from the authors. And I am super excited as a literary uh, analyst, as a student of literature. I am super excited to be able to review books from authors whom or authors I have met personally. Yes, guys. So for those who are following Vibes with Pet, you must have realized that we had an interview about the book Before You Divorce. I know that it's gonna appear like upside down because I'm shooting the video by myself. Okay, guys, but I think everyone can spell it. All right, just read it the way it is. Before You Divorce by Florence Array. So, guys, without wasting so much of your time, let's get into. So, guys, get you a copy of the book to be able to understand more of the concept or to get a deep understanding of what Florence says in her book, Before You Divorce. So, to love and be loving is to love intentionally and be romantic. So, like I said, the two of them go together. They must tango before you can successfully live a loving relationship. So, moving on, moving on to the next chapter, which is chapter 7, she talks about understanding the concept of intimacy and sex in marriage. Yes. So I think this is a very exciting part of it, which I think many people would like to hear. So she talks about what is intimacy. Yes, intimacy is kind of a bond, kind of closeness which partners or spouses share. Okay, that's basically what intimacy is all about. Now, she has different types of intimacy which couples need. All right, so there's emotional intimacy. This intimacy has to do with the way you feel when your partner, the way you feel or the kind of feeling you share with your partner when they are sad, when they are happy, when they are down, when they are up, when they are succeeding, when they are failing, how they feel, the feelings you share with them in every or during the course of their lives. That is what you call intimacy. Now, this is the emotional intimacy when they feel loving or when they love, you share the love with them. When they are not catching up with you, you find out what's happening, you move along with them. This is emotional intimacy. She goes on to talk about mental intimacy, which I think is having a little relation, has a little connection with emotional intimacy because the mind goes with the feelings. So here she says, you and your spouse could be intellectually intimate by picking up something to learn or discover together. Yes, so she drifts a little bit from what I was thinking, the emotional and mental. Now it has to do with the intellect. Yes, you can choose to do something together. You can choose to study together. You can choose to upgrade together. You can choose to do some things to improve yourselves together. Now we talk about spiritual intimacy, which is super easy to understand. How you, what is your perspective with regards to religion, to spirituality? Do you all pray together? Do you all have the same spirituality? Even if you don't have the same, how do you relate with regards to spirituality? Do you move along? Do you take your partner along? If your partner is lacking behind, do you bring him or her up to the level? Do you encourage him or her to continue in their spirituality? Then she moves on to social intimacy. Yes, we do have spouses who don't have the same social background, like social life. Some people are kind of, they don't like going out or hanging out or catching a lot of fun. Some people might be the club type, some people might be the dancing type, some people might be the religious type, some people might just be different. Are you sharing the same kind of social intimacy? If your partner likes this way of life, do you let them to have their independence, or do you try to control them or curb them or slow them down or catch them? How do you manage your social intimacy? It's all about bonding, socializing, doing something together for fun. So she says, in marriage, try to have a contact. Okay, try to have something that is fun that you share together. Try to have a point of contact that makes you guys have the most fun as long as social life is concerned. Then she talks about sexual intimacy. That is very easy. Yes, that's very easy. And guys, you want to know about this more, what she says, you can go into the book to learn about it. Now, talking about sexual intimacy, she says something here which is, I would like to read. She says, flirt and foreplay with each other before sex. Send signals to your spouse to help you both connect physically, emotionally by sending love emotions. Yes, you're not going to hear that from her or from me from the first time. For the first time, that's sexual intimacy. It's unlike the harassing nature of some people, even though some people like it that way, but some people would like to get really intimate before they can consummate the sexual life. Yes, financial intimacy. Of course, we said a lot about finances because apparently finances has a very major role to play in marriages. Do you share your financial status or your financial involvement, so everything with your partner? Yes. She goes on to say how to develop intimacy between you and your spouse. Guys, get you a copy of the book and you'll be able to read more about it. Good communication and listening habits builds intimacy in marriage. I would say that communication is a key word when you talk about a successful marriage, a marriage in which you are not afraid. You don't feel like you'll be mocked at. You don't feel like your partner is going to laugh at you or is going to talk about your feelings to other people. A relationship, a marriage in which you feel secured and you feel very free to communicate with your partner. Communication can be verbal or non-verbal, guys. And when I talk about non-verbal communication, I don't mean the one that is harmful. I mean one that is positive. If you cannot say it to your partner, you can act it out. Yes, I mean the spicy one, the positive acting, not the negative acting. Yes, but if you can communicate, I think it's not bad to tell your partner, don't you think if we do like this, it will be better? Don't you think if you do to me like this, I will respond better? Some couples find it really hard to talk it out. So they just always think that the partner or the spouse should figure out how they want to be treated or how they want to feel. Okay, so communication at the end of the day is the major item that moves a couple together. So, guys, if you get this book, you're going to read and read a lot about it. Then, chapter 8, she says, building your values and beliefs. We, in every marriage, okay, we need to build our values and beliefs. And we should know that every marriage is different, guys. So, building your values, she says, every marriage is not the same, but all marriages are unique and beautiful in their own way. Nevertheless, there are certain goals that if we put into practice, our marriages will be successful. The goals couples should set should have to do with unity, teamwork, like we said before. Prioritize your relationship, meaning that you should put your partner first and put your relationship first before you take any actions. Respect, be faithful, trust as the foundation. Learn to love your spouse, pray always, maintain. In a nutshell, I would say that chapter 8 is kind of like a summary of the entire book. It's like a summary of the entire book. And if you look at this book before you divorce, she also handles aspects of how to discipline kids. So couples must agree on how to discipline their kids. Guys, it's as simple as it sounds when they write it in the book. But trust me, the practice is difficult. However, this book is just like she says, there are principles, like a guiding guidelines of what you should do, okay, what you should try to put in place in your marriage, and if they fail, before you can consider divorce. Hey, you should know that she's not saying that we cannot divorce. No, she says that you should exhaust and explore all avenues to make the marriage work before you can consider divorce. Divorce should be like the last straw that break the camel's back, or it should be like the last thing you can ever consider. If you have tried to make use of all these strategies and they don't work, then you can think that you can give yourself a pat on the back and say that at least you tried and you failed. As it goes, it's better to have tried and failed than never to have tried at all. So, thanks, guys, for listening to my review on the book Before You Divorce by Are Florence. And thank you, Florence, for giving me the chance and the opportunity to be able to give an analysis or to give a review of your book. Guys, don't fail to get you a copy of this. It should be like one of the keys in every household. No marriage is perfect. No one is perfect. We are all in a journey to building ourselves better, and we shouldn't give up until the two ends can no longer hold. Thanks for watching Vibes with Pet, and stay tuned.